Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to be notified. What is going on? The towering Inferno becomes a champion. Rolando Romero takes another loss at the hands of a brutal puncher. Man, what a night of boxing. The most anticipated fight, Rolando Romero versus Isaac the Pitbull Cruz, in a fight where everybody was really wanting to watch that fight. Obviously Tim Tszyu, Sebastian Fundora was another fight that was good, but the fight that was in question, the fight that the fans really were there for, was for um, Isaac the Pitbull Cruz versus Rolando Romero. The most entertaining fight in fans' eyes, right? Because you have two guys who were very strong, power punchers who were gonna come to throw hands. You know what I'm saying? Tim Tszyu, being from Australia, um, doesn't have the biggest fan base in the United States of America. He was supposed to debut in America against uh, Keith Thurman, but the real ultimate seller here was gonna be the Isaac the Pitbull Cruz, Rolando Romero fight, because of the fact that this is the fight that most fans in Vegas, I mean, most fans in Vegas really know these two fighters, and Rolando Romero is obviously entertaining. Isaac the Pitbull Cruz is a slugger, so it was the most entertaining fight. And I mean, was it? You know what I mean? Isaac Cruz, congratulations to Isaac the Pitbull Cruz, where I felt like, Isaac Cruz is obviously that relentless pressure is going to be on top of you, and you're going to have to do something about it. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have to respect your power in order for you to beat him, or have very, very sound defense, and he can't be able to touch you, you know. But Rolando Romero cannot get away. This little motherfucker will load up with a shot and come over top. You know what I'm saying? And it was just very hard for Rolando Romero, who started at the age of 17 years old, boxing, to really have those fundamentals down, to really have that defensive key to be able to be victorious on the night. Um, it was just going to be very hard for him. You know what I'm saying? My favorite fighter, Rolando Romero, man. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate that he had to take a loss in that fashion, but he stayed on his feet. You know what I'm saying? So he's been down before against Barroso, and then got knocked out by Gervonta Tank Davis. But I mean, I think the most devastating one was obviously the Gervonta Tank Davis one, right? Where he gets caught coming in, you know what I'm saying, undisciplined, and gets caught, and it was lights out from there. The Isaac the Pitbull Cruz is more of a beat down type of knockout, where Isaac Cruz catches him with a big shot and just does not stop and keeps going at Rolando Romero. And this dude, before that, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, the tape on his glove was coming off, this and that. You know what I'm saying? The second time that he hurt Rolando Romero, um, you see there was a headbutt. You know what I'm saying? He gets angry and throws his head. You know what I mean? Which I thought was dirty. Or those are the dirty tactics in the sport of boxing. Which, I mean, I I'm not complaining. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's dirty. You know what I mean? Isaac Cruz threw a headbutt when he was giving, when Rolando Romero was just all dazed around the ring. He threw his head in there. You know what I'm saying? So if you going to go back, watch the fight, watch when he hurts Rolando Romero, you will see a headbutt in there for sure. Which was dirty, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, these are the veteran tactics, you know what I mean? This is the sport of boxing. You got a guy hurt, and this dude does not want to go down, so you trying to put him out of his misery, you know what I mean? So you throw a little head in there. And being that it's Isaac Cruz, he throwing a fucking real pit bull's head in there. You know what I'm saying? This dude's defense is his face. You know what I mean? And he didn't even look bruised after the fight. Nothing. This motherfucker right here. If he came to the USA, this motherfucker will be a roofer, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of dude that goes to work, bro, and just bites down on his mouthpiece, and you tell him what to do, and he'll start doing it. You know what I mean? He's that type of jarhead. You know what I'm saying? If he was in the military, we'll give him a fucking hat, a hard hat, and an AK-47. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of dude that Ozzy the Pitbull Cruz is. You know what I mean? He's that type of guy. You know what I'm saying? A jarhead. You know what I mean? A guy that he's a real pit bull. You know what I'm saying? That's how pit bulls are. They dumb, but they murderers. You know what I'm saying? They killers. They stupid as shit, but they killers though. You know what I'm saying? And that's who Isaac the Pitbull Cruz is. Not to say that he's stupid or anything, but you probably a little, probably not all the way there. You know what I'm saying? But with that 10-gallon head, you know what I mean? There's no way, you know what I'm saying, that this guy has even a brain in there. I think that shit is metal in there, bro. Because Rolly was catching him with some good shots. He was catching him with some shit that'll, put some dudes away. You know what I'm saying? And this dude was just walking right through him. Like it was like if this guy was just. I mean, we seen it in the Javante Tank Davis fight, right? Obviously, we saw that, but I don't know how Javante Tank Davis survived with one hand, in my opinion, against Isaac Cruz. I just don't understand it because he wasn't doing anything out of the ordinary. Tank wasn't really doing anything out of the ordinary. I think that in reality was he stayed away from a lot of the bigger shots, and he got hit here and there, but stayed away from the big shots. You know what I'm saying? I think that that's where Rolando Romero he suffered because of the fact that he couldn't stay away from the big shots, right? The shots that he would lower up, uh, um, the shots that he would have like great leverage on. You know what I'm saying? So I think that Isaac Cruz understands the game of leverage too. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, him being smaller and stuff like that, he's gonna have more leverage. But Rolando Romero's game plan wasn't the worst. It just was the problem was that he could not execute his game plan. To be victorious on the night. That's the only problem that I saw is that he could not execute his game plan to be victorious. But other than that, I mean, he did. I mean, he did as much as he could. You know what I'm saying? When that relentless pressure, and then you get caught in the first round, and you're about to be out in that first round, you survive and stuff like that. You know, dog, you're obviously not 100% there anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like your legs are taken. And it was only a matter of time. You got clipped with the big shot. When he gets up to the corner, Ismail Salas tells him, he's like, dude, let me tell you what happened there. You got careless. You got careless right there. You can't do that against a guy whose best weapon is his fucking hands, bro. Like it's like literally his hands are made of steel. You know what I'm saying? So you can't take that for granted. You can't get undisciplined. When we saw him against Javante Davis, he didn't get undisciplined till the later, till when he got up until he got knocked out. But you make that mistake against a professional fighter, especially when that professional fighter is deadly. You kind of mess yourself up, man. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations to Isaac Cruz, man. The refing in that fight, yo, that the refing in that fight, I thought it was subpar, man. Cause look, time and time and time and time again, right? We never see these motherfucking dudes that all they do is fucking clinch in the sport of boxing. All they do is hold in the sport of boxing. They're never the ones that get a point deducted from them, And yesterday night, it's always some weird shit. It's always some weird shit. Like it's always the usual suspect. Like Rolando Romero obviously was holding because obviously he was hurt from uh Isaac Cruz. You know what I mean? And this is the second time or the third time that I've seen where a fighter holds and and a point gets deducted for holding, right? But then you have guys like Devin Haney who clinched 56 times in one fucking fight. You know what I'm saying? Or in one round or some shit like that. Some crazy shit. Clinches after every punch. Fucking holds after every punch. You know what I'm saying? Holding after every fucking punch, bro. You know what I mean? and there's no point deduction. But you mean to tell me this dude held for like 3 4 times, and this dude gets a point deduction? I think that that shit is whack. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be a criteria across the board. If a fighter is just clinching the clinch, obviously I understand when you're in trouble, you got to clinch. Okay, that's fine. That's ultimately fine. But you have dudes that's clinching 56 times in rounds, bro, in a fight. That's way too much in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's way too much. That should be called for point deductions. So I think that the refing was garbage, in my opinion. Well, I would say garbage, in my opinion, because of the fact that the real dudes that go in there and clinch all night, they don't ever get a point deducted. You know what I'm saying? Shakur Stevens has never gotten a point deducted for holding. You know what I mean? And Devin Haney's never gotten a point deducted for holding. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's complete and utter BS. You know what I'm saying? The other time that I seen something like that was when Gamboa fought Javante Tank Davis. They said that Gamboa was holding too much, that he was clinching way too much. They took a point they had a point deduction. In my opinion, it's selective politicking in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? The ref is gonna go in there is at his discretion, is gonna do whatever the fuck he wants to do, and it's as simple as that. Which the problem is now, that is called, it's like point shaving in another sport, right? That's exactly what it is, because the ref really has the discretion to do whatever the fuck he wants, and he'll spit on your face and he'll tell you whatever he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we see it time and time again, but there should be one criteria across the board for all refereeing. You know what I'm saying? There shouldn't be cl- ultimately clinching for no reason after every punch. That is a call for a point deduction, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So if we're gonna play fair, play fair. If you're not, just man, I mean, it's just ridiculous now in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? But I think that it was utter bullshit that they took a point from Rolando Romero, even though obviously it was gonna lead up to a KO. But it just shows you that even if this fight would have uh went into the scorecards, they already, they are his back was already against the wall. You know what I'm saying? But congratulations to Isaac Cruz, man. You know what I'm saying? Little motherfucker threw his head in there, man. You know what I'm saying? Got the dirty tactics down pat. You know what I mean? And I like to see that. But I would have liked to seen that implemented when he fought Javante Tank Davis. Because he's always had those little dirty tactics with him. And he didn't really take full advantage of that against Javante Davis, a guy that he supposedly was hurt by one hand. And he didn't really take full advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? So what is next for Isaac Cruz? He is now a champion at the 140-pound division, taking Rolando Romero's 140-pound belt. And ultimately, I mean, you know, they're gonna move him right. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna move him right. He's now a champion. You know what I mean? He's a champion. He's Mexican. He's a big puncher. They're gonna move him very, very right. You know what I'm saying? Very straight and narrow. I'm not gonna be calling for Isaac the Pitbull Cruz to be fighting, you know, fighters, because ultimately I kind of know in what directions they're gonna be taking this, and it is what it is. Then we have the main event, man. The main event. Oh, sorry. It is Landy Lara with this newfound power is just different. You know what I'm saying? They were talking about Zafara was training with Nonito Donaire and Rachel Donaire and this and that. How your big ass training with these with a smaller fighter, bro? You know what I'm saying? You don't have the explosiveness of Nonito Donaire, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're not. I get it. Nonito's probably trying to get his foot wet. Trying to be a trainer and shit like that, and that's cool and all, man. But it, in my opinion, it was just a beautiful setup shot by Azandi Lara, who throws the right hand, and then he has him wide open, a southpaw, wide open, face just all in the air. You know what I mean? And it was inevitable, bro. That shit, that right hand came and it went. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to dude, man. You know what I'm saying? He really felt that he had a chance. And obviously Nonito Donaire was in his corner. Uh, I'm not sure if Rachel Donaire was in that corner as well. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. That was the second fight, I believe, in the United States, and he got knocked out twice. But let's talk about this main event. Oh, Brian Mendoza's cheek, bro. Yo, what the fuck was up with his cheek, man? Surgeon, what is going on, my brother? What's good? What was up with Brian Mendoza's cheek? Now, I didn't see that fight to the very end. That one was actually on YouTube. I'm sure once I got the pay-per-view, it was later on, but I watched the Brian Mendoza fight on YouTube. But at the end, when Brian Mendoza was talking to the reporters, and all you see is that this dude's fucking cheek just ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous. I mean, that thing was exploded. You know what I'm saying? That shit was like you couldn't unsee it. This dude was just, man. It looked crazy. It looked like they took this dude's wisdom tooth out. You know what I'm saying? They need to get him that little joint when you get your wisdom tooth pulled out back in 1940s, and they put that little thing and tie it up at the top. That's what the hell they needed to get his ass. Bro, this dude looked fucked up, bro. And Brian Mendoza obviously the one hit wonder because now after now fighting the Ukrainian guy, you know what I'm saying? You are now a one hit wonder, my brother. Like this dude, he literally beat Sebastian Fedora for no reason, just to be ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this dude literally got lucky with that one punch, and after that, one hit wonder, man. One hit wonder. And he he took the kids for no reason. You know what I'm saying? That dude deserves to be in jail right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Last night they should have took his ass straight to jail. That dude is a thief, man. You know what I'm saying? He stole the kid's L just to take 20 L's afterwards. That guy, I mean, I don't really understand what the hell what kind of shit this is, man. Mendoza got dominated. True, I didn't see, but yeah, they need to take that dude straight to jail, man, for being a fucking thief of boxing. You know what I mean? Like, dog, you get this one lucky punch, bro. Dog, you should have been like, no, you know what? No, I'm not ready for this. You know what I'm saying? Just give him the win. I'll take the loss. It's all good because at the end of the day, I'm gonna take a loss versus Zoo. I'm gonna go over here and take another loss and the undercard in the fucking YouTube undercard, bro. This dude is, I mean, it shit is crazy, man. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. He kept getting rocked. Yeah, man. I mean, that dude right there, man. That's a true definition of a one-hit wonder. Literally, one lucky punch, and then he gets the opportunities, and then just fucks everything off. Who cares anymore? You know what I'm saying? This shit is ridiculous, man. Like, I mean, I get it. Boxing's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get that one guy come in and stun the world, and then after that, complete and utter trash. It's like, yo, come on, son. What's the point of you doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you know your goal, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? But hey, everybody's got aspirations. It is what it is, man. Congratulations to the dude that whipped his ass. You know what I'm saying? That left this fucking looking like a chipmunk out there. But main event, man, Sebastian Fundora. What the hell, bro? Sebastian Fundora, Tim Zoo. Obviously, what was he at? Plus 400 come fight night. You know what I'm saying? Nobody expected this, the towering inferno, but it was juicier. I mean, the headlines were what? Man, it was crazy. You know, Sebastian Fundora, the 6'6" giant, going up against the Australian phenom in a legend's son in Tim Zoo. And it just shows you why you have to come to America. It shows you that in your backyard, obviously you're good because you have that home field advantage. You know what I mean? But when you go up to somebody else's backyard, it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? You don't got that home field advantage. Everybody's against you, and it is what it is. But Tim Zoo, came out, and obviously in the first few rounds he was putting in good work. He was doing a good job trying to figure out who Sebastian Fundora really was, and if what was he really gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Trying to gain some gauge where he's gonna be at a good range to fight Sebastian Fundora. Um, and Sebastian Fundora came in with the right game plan, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that he came in with the game plan that I'm not gonna stoop to these dudes' levels. These dudes is smaller than me, and I shouldn't be going trying to get into these big ass wars with these dudes. I should pick my time to go to war, and I should pick my time where I could just completely just jab this dude to death. You know what I'm saying? And literally, that's what Sebastian Fundora did. Now, ultimately, throughout the fight, we obviously saw that Tim Tszyu got hit. He threw his head in, and Sebastian Fundora was kind of coming up, and they clashed. You know what I'm saying? He clashed with the elbow, and ultimately, a fucking gash opened up. What was that, second, third round? You know what I'm saying? And that gash just would not stop. And and I'm sure if there was something that the cornerman could do, he would have did. But to be honest, I would have probably grabbed the whole entire Vaseline and just globbed it on the top of his head, smacked the shit out of his head with that fucking Vaseline. I'm talking about grab the inside, put my whole hand inside of the Vaseline, grab that motherfucker and bow, slapped him on top of his head. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what he deserved last night. You know, because come on, man. You know what I'm saying? This dude's fucking gash was right here, bro. This you can't go in like that for the most part on this big motherfucker. But obviously, it's a freak kind of accident because he wasn't going. It was just an accident. It was a complete accident. And then Sebastian Fundora's freaking blood just gushing out. Motherfucker was drinking his blood. I was like, man, look. If the blood just keeps going down, bro, I'll just start spitting that shit out everywhere, man. Try to blind your opponent, whatever, dog. Fuck the bullshit. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So much blood. It was a true definition of bloods and guts, bro. Blood and guts, man. Cause like, any both fighters, Tim Tszyu had this thing where he kind of looked frightened throughout the whole. Every time he would go back to his corner, he just eyes wide open and just like, yo, what the fuck? It was just wide open. Like he was like frightened type shit. And I don't think he was expecting. I mean, obviously, this is a Sebastian Fundora on late notice. This dude's 6'6". Fuck, it's hard to figure out a dude like that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be very hard for you to figure that type of dude out. Now you have this extra bullshit that you have to deal with where blood's just gushing down to your eye side, to your eye, and you know how thick blood is, bro. And it's just getting all in your face, and you just like, and you trying to wipe it, dog. It will be times you just see Tim Tszyu just going like this, and while he's trying to fight Sebastian Fundora, he just got his glove trying to get that fucking blood off of him. It was unfortunate, man, because with no gouge, I mean, both fighters were bleeding. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like both fighters weren't bleeding, but it was just unfortunate how the shit was just gushing straight down. And to take a loss like that to a guy, to a Sebastian Fundora, obviously hurts, man. Coming to from Australia, obviously hurts. So 0-2 for the Australians this weekend, man. You know what I'm saying? And Tim Tszyu, and then the dude that Oscar Valdez fought. 0 for 2, 0 for 2 for Australia, man. And it seems like Australian fighters just don't transition when they come to the United States. I mean, we've seen the case with Jason Maloney, Andrew Maloney, George Kambosos. Well, for George Kambosos, it actually went well here, and then he gets back to his home country, and he obviously he doesn't, what I'm saying, didn't really care anymore for boxing. You know what I mean, missing weight and shit like that. But Tim Tszyu, man, it was unfortunate that he had to take a loss. But I think that fighters will be now trying to fight Tim Tszyu more. You know what I mean? Because of the fact that they see vulnerability in Tim Tszyu's game. But I think that it was because this dude is six fucking Goliath. You know what I mean? And I think that it's just tough to fight a Goliath motherfucker like this. Earl Spence gets into the ring yesterday, right? Gets into the ring and then calls out Sebastian Fundora. If I was Sebastian Fundora and I was 6'6" tall, bro, I would say, if you don't get this little bitch ass motherfucker up out of my face, you little small bitch, get away from me. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what Sebastian Fundora should have told Earl Spence yesterday. You know what I mean? You little fucking asshole, coming up from 147 pounds and you want to fight with me? But Sebastian Fundora is a very educated kid. He's not gonna say nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? He obviously said, I mean, he actually Sebastian Fundora is really with the shit. You know what I mean? Like he'll fight whoever the fuck. He don't give a fuck. This is a kid that looks nerdy. You know what I'm saying? And these dudes that be claiming that they from the streets and this and that, this motherfuckers from Calabasas, bro, from Rancho Cucamonga. You know what I'm saying? Up in the hills somewhere, Coachella or some shit like that. You know what I mean? And this dude, he look nerdy and this and that, but this dude got more heart than these dudes that swear to God they from the street, bro. That swear up and down that they from the street, got all these chains, want to look gangster and shit. And this little nerdy motherfucker will fight whoever, whenever. You know what I'm saying? Taking a fight on what was it? A week notice, 2 weeks notice, in a killer like Tim Zoo. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. These dudes, the dudes that these dudes be glorifying, straight hoes, man. This dude, Sebastian Fundora, don't give a fuck who it is. Fuck it, I'll take the fight. That's exactly who he is. That's the type of dude he is. What he tell her Spence? Yeah, I'll take that type of fight. You know what I'm saying? Will that fight? Will that be the next fight? If Tim Zoo don't got no rematch clause in there, it could potentially be because the PVC might want to be like, all right, fuck it, let's give this dude that just ducked the shit out of the rematch with Terrence Crawford an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So they would do that type of shit because, obviously, Earl Spence is one of the Golden Girls at the PVC. You know what I'm saying? But gets in the ring, begging for a fight is ridiculous to me, bro. You know what I mean? Like, dog, you have unfinished business. This is not your type. This is not your business right here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get it. You want to be at 154 pounds and shit like that, but what the fuck? You want to be at 154 pounds and shit, but it is like you're not gonna get your get back, dog. Like you're not gonna fight Terrence Crawford, dog. Like so that fight with Terrence Crawford is just what? It's a no? Like I don't get it. I don't get it. I guess he feels like he can make a better fight, but obviously the better fight would have been Tim Zoo in Australia. More money, you know what I'm saying? More money. But, you know, I think that Sebastian Fundora will beat the living shit out of Earl Spence. I think that I think that Sebastian Fundora will beat the living shit out of Earl Spence. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sugarcoat the shit. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, nah. I think that Sebastian Fundora will beat the living shit out of Earl Spence. Earl Spence is not gonna be able to do nothing with this big motherfucking uh pine tree, bro. He's not gonna be able to do nothing with that goddamn Goliath, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be just super tough for him. He's not gonna be able to get inside. And if Sebastian Fundora just keeps a jab in his face, he will beat him super easy. Super easy. Earl needs to sit his ass down. Exactly, dog. Like, bruh, you ducked Terrence Crawford for a rematch that you had on your fucking contract, bro. You know damn well you will never be able to beat that. That's how you know he accepted his ass whooping and he's on to the next, bruh. He said, you know what? I can't beat this guy. This guy, I'm not going to be able to do nothing with this guy. And that shit is kind of unfortunate, right? Obviously, because, you know, credit to him knowing that he's not gonna be able to beat that dude. You know what I mean? Obviously, credit to him for knowing that he's not gonna be able to beat that guy. You know what I'm saying? And he's trying to take on a good challenge in the Sebastian Fundora, who's now a champion. But in my opinion, I want to see that fight. I want to see that fight. I want that fight to happen as soon as possible. Get that fight going. Let's get the ball rolling for that fight. Because he's about to get the most rudest awakening of his life. He is not beating Sebastian Fundora. In fact, to be honest, he's gonna have a tougher time than Tim Tszyu, in my opinion. Now, come fight night, anything can happen. It is what it is. Who cares, right? In my opinion, he's gonna have a way tougher time than Tim Tszyu. You know what I'm saying? I think he's smaller than Tim Tszyu anyways. He dug Buddy Boy Crawford rematch. Exactly, bro. Like, he should be ashamed of himself, but credit to him for knowing that he possibly can't beat that dude. And it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. But I'm excited to see, will Sebastian Fundora fight Earl Spence and beat his ass, or will he have to rematch Tim Tszyu due to contractual obligations? You know, we'll definitely see. I want to see what's going to be next for these dudes' career. This is going to be good. 154-pound division is brewing, and it's going to be good for boxing, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and we out, man. Peace.